poprzednim odcinku.
Holy shit!
Co? Co za reakcja w ogóle? No moi drodzy, pora zakończyć wątek Ryujin Industries, który mam nadzieję, no cóż, przywitacie dzisiaj kciukiem w górę w ramach tego odcinka. I pamiętajcie oczywiście o spoilerach popularnych, które mogą was czekać.
Good, you're here. So, thanks to your work in Cydonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included.
Jakbyście mieli porządny algorytm, macie do czynienia z ekspertem.
We don't conduct the sweep ourselves, but the ones who do have proven to be extremely thorough. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment.
Czyli ten Nyx jest źródłem godnym zaufania.
We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing.
Nie mogę się doczekać infiltracji własnego miejsca pracy.
At least one of us is. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up.
Będę uważać, nie martw się.
I'll keep a watchful eye and make certain your employee doesn't go on some kind of rampage.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. In fact, as much as I appreciate the words of your associate here, you may be better off heading in alone. Any precautions to mitigate risk should be taken. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Okej, to idziemy do Madame Sauvage. Madame Sauvage.
Should stick to the main plaza, unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
This place always has just the right atmosphere. You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved.
Jestem tu w imieniu Ryujina w sprawie detektywy Theta.
Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor.
Mam wrażenie, że to stanie podlega negocjacjom.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Na pewno dojdziemy do porozumienia.
I hear you.
Na pewno jest jakiś sposób, że ty i ja na tym zyskamy. Po prostu mi pomóż następnym razem. Okej, wreszcie jakiś postęp.
Maybe we can work something out.
Może trochę zejść z sceny.
You know, part of me could find some wiggle room. All right, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you.
Trzymaj.
A pleasure, as always. Your job is simple. Just run this little beauty on Ularu Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Ularu has is bound to take some real work. More than my little setup here can handle.
Dobrze, i tak nie ufam tutejszej ochronie.
It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
Okej. Dostań się do wieży Ryujina. Dzień doberek. Przybywam w deszczu. A ty? Przeda się. No to zrób.
Wonder how many poor souls who could make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Ryujin.
Okej, gdzie jest wentylacja? Ciężka impreza będzie. Muszę jedną rzecz zobaczyć, mianowicie zakłócacz. Dobra.
It'd be an immense help to our operation. Well, hello, sunshine. No problem. Let me guess. Well, you too.
Okej. Fruniemy. Ciekawie. Musieliśmy Sarę oddelegować. W przeciwnym razie byłoby nieciekawie. Czyżby nie? Tak w ogóle to nie mamy punktu? Nie mamy. Kurde. Dobra. Jakoś idzie. Zaawansowany save. Dawaj. Nowa strzelba legendarna. No proszę. O. Ciekawe. Jakim cudem mnie nie zauważyli, co zrobić? Jesus.
Probably end up swimming with the castle boss. Plus, I already checked and it's locked.
Katastrofa. To trudne jak cholera. Zwłaszcza, że ten system wcale nie jest jakoś świetnie przygotowany pod skradanie, nie? W sensie nie jest przewidziane, że będziemy super skradać się. Okej, to by było ekstra. Gdyby to działało jak trzeba. Okej. To było ekstra. Światła wyłączone pierwsze. O, niech to szlak. Hakuj, bardzo trudny zamek, dobra. Przesyłka. Hej. Wyjdź z wieży. Nice. Mam nadzieję, że wyjście będzie prostsze niż wejście. Leon, to proszę. Serio? Ten do początku mogłem wejść? Spotkaj się z Nyxem w jego mieszkaniu. Okej, da się zrobić. Tutaj, tutaj. Czuko.
You take care of the right people, they take care of you. So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping.
To nie jest mój pierwszy skok grawitonowy, jeśli wiesz co on myśli.
An old pro, huh? No wonder Ryujin likes you so much. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look. The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. Interesting stuff. Good thing I'm well paid. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software.
Przekażę tabliczkę Daltonowi.
You do that. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
Okej, wróciłem.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work.
Nyx odszyfrowuje bez problemu to, co mi dał.
I expected as much. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it
was possible.
But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off.
Jaki motyw mogłoby mieć Imogen, by okradać Ryujina?
Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom.
To nie może być prawda, nie wierzę.
Well, she has the means and access. But things are rarely so cut and dry.
Imogen? She doesn't seem the type. But maybe that's her tactic. If she had me thinking that way, perhaps it proves that she's a master manipulator.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. We have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her.
Będę mieć na oku.
Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
Masakra. To smutne.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Ale lecę do niej. To ona przyjęła tej roboty, byłoby smutno.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogen? Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work.
Wykorzystaj swoje środki, powiedz mi, gdzie jest Imogen.
I'm not even sure that's any business of yours, but I do enjoy keeping close tabs on my counterpart. Dare I ask why you need to know?
To poufne informacje zapytaj od Daltona.
Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogen's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
Perhaps we need to get Dalton's permission to relieve ourselves as well. Good lord, this corporation keeps you on a short leash.
W porządku, pomówię z Daltonem.
Good. I'd hate to see what sort of drama might get stirred up if you went around him. Or maybe I'd love it. Keep the workplace interesting, right? Word of advice. If you're planning on foregoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogen, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogen. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
Zaczynam myśleć, że to Dalton jest wszystkiemu winien. Ojejku. Czemu nie mogę tu wejść?
Whoa. Where do you think you're going? Employees only.
Mam sprawę do syndykatu Soka, oczekują mnie.
Oh, yeah? I don't see your name on my guest list. Now, why don't you tell me what you really want before I blow your brains out?
Jestem z Ryujin Industries, muszę pomówić z naszą agentką.
I know for a fact that young lady doesn't want to be disturbed. So why don't you take a hike?
Whoa, the heck you doing?
Nie wiem, ale ta pani robi moonwalk. Okej. Udało się.
Hope you're ready to die.
What the? Ugh.
See if they've got anything worth taking.
Nie wiem, czy chciałem tu wjeżdżać tako.
Now you. Hold up, reposition. Almost got you.
Just my arm. I'm fine.
Wielopak.
Damn it! Totally lost them.
Znajdą się bez obaw.
Help me out! You itching to be an organ donor?
You're gonna die tonight. Don't let them. Shit! I didn't join up for this.
Apteczka.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just steal that.
Wiesz co? Ktoś musi.
Hold it right there, Op. I need you to back down and give me a chance to explain. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me.
Masz wiele do wyjaśnienia.
I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it.
Pomóż mi to zrozumieć.
Look, I only know about Project Dominion because I wanted to know exactly what I was being accused of leaking. But that tech is dangerous. An internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people? If the evidence points to me, it's because Ularu used it to set me up. What better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them actually perform the actions?
The existence of a device that can control a person's mind is terrifying. Imagine the horrors you could... Oh, never mind. I don't want to think about it.
Słuszna uwaga.
It's the only scenario that makes sense. Besides, what's my motive? My career is solid at Ryujin. Infinity can't possibly beat my current benefits. Believe me, after having to play double agent, I've learned all of this firsthand.
Jeśli to wszystko jest prawdą, potrzebujesz dowodu.
That's exactly what I've been doing here. Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind the desk for years now. I knew she'd miss something. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver it to Dalton. It's the only way I can prove I'm innocent.
Zarówno ty, jak i Ularu jesteście w stanie fałszować dane. To słowo przeciwko Słowu.
That may be the case, but I can't have Ularu thinking she'll come out of this unscathed. This evidence will cast enough doubt that she'll never make CEO. So, at the very least, we'll both be ruined.
Przekażę Daltonowi tę tabliczkę, wątpię, aby coś się zmieniło.
It will at least change things for Ularu, and my situation is already at its worst. I'm going to lay low here until I get a clear idea of where I stand. I can't have Ularu getting suspicious of being exposed. But in the meantime, thank you. I know you don't have to do this.
So Ularu is the actual culprit. That complicates things. We're going to have to proceed very carefully, or else Dalton might...
Dobra, to działamy. Dobra.
Send someone up to us.
To robimy wypad syndykatu. O, nieznacznie zwiększa zasięg, celność broni. Placki ziemniaczane biorę.
Had a feeling you'd be trouble. Now.
Not worth dying for this shit!
A to są drzwi, okej. Gdzie z niej będzie nagrody? Nie będzie. Dobra, trochę przerąbane ogółem, ale... No to strum.
Piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin
Wow,
Bayou,
look who's
and we should
back.
duck the other way.
Dalton's gonna
Fast.
lose it when he finds out you went to the Syndicate without talking to him.
Najważniejsza jest skuteczność woluminiać pośrednika.
Middleman? I would pay to see the look on Dalton's face to hear you say that. And you didn't even have the sense to speak to Bayou.
Malowanie czasu na rozmowę z Bayou było wykluczone.
Well, spending a few minutes to talk to someone could save you from hours of consequences later. So tell me, what did you find out?
To nie twój interes.
Fine, fine. I won't push. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
Konfrontuj się z Ularą, to może być ciekawe.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Is there something I can help you with?
Mam dowody na to, że jesteś kretem.
All right. This sounds like a closed door conversation. Just a moment.
Co nas tu zamknie? Będzie chciała nas wrobić, nie? Lipa.
Shutting the door and engaging locks.
Mamy przesrane.
There. Now, is this some sort of joke? I thought Dalton was conducting a real investigation. And just where is this absurd notion coming from?
Naprawdę zamierzasz ściągnąć tę grę, po prostu przyznaj się, że jesteś kretem.
Is this a game? I wasn't aware.
Taka misterna intryga. Z pewnością chciałabyś się nią z kimś podzielić.
It is a horrible thing when such well-made plans can't be shared.
Są dowody, twoje umiejętności niezbyt dobrze się starzały, wiesz?
In comparison to an active op, you may have a point.
Wszystko, co tu powiesz, zostanie między nami. Przestań skrywać korporacyjny trybik, bądź szczera.
I'm starting to wonder what Imogene ever saw in you.
To może być nasza tajemnica, a nikt nie musi o tym wiedzieć.
Oh, sure. And I just take your word for it. I don't think so. Looks like someone's been brushing up on their corporate skills. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd. But I'm no mole.
Więc Imogen była niewinna.
That depends on how you define innocent. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead.
A CEO who can make the hard decisions.
Masako nie byłaby prezeską, gdyby nie potrafiła podejmować trudnych decyzji.
Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. Today, they're more about ensuring success, by any means necessary. So, now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's?
Nie obchodzi mnie, jak to przedstawia się z tej zdrajczynią, a ja stoję po stronie Masako.
I'm disappointed in you, Op. And here I thought you had a good eye for opportunity.
Oddam cię w ręce Daltona, odpowiesz za to przed samą Masako.
Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have is circumstantial at best. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure the odds are in my favor.
Wiesz sobie, co chcesz. Nie ujdzie ci to na sucho.
We'll see about that.
Okej.
Ryujin certainly spared voices.
So, you're finally back. With no sign of Imogene. And here I thought sending you after her would be a simple task.
Udało mi się odnaleźć Imogen, twierdzi, że została wrobiona. Imogen powiedziała, że nie byłaby bezpieczna. Ula wykiwała z wszystkich, Imogen jest niewinna.
I suppose you suddenly have all the facts now. This explanation better be good. I've a mind to fire you just for that comment.
Zebrata Imogen nie gwarantuje prawdziwości. To może dowieść niewinności, dlatego Ularu się przyznała.
I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate herself. But if this slate provides indisputable evidence to corroborate your story, well, that's enough proof for me. It will be a relief to reinstate Imogene as well. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office.
Uda mi się tam tak szybko, jak to tylko możliwe.
Once I've examined this evidence, I may need your help in moving forward. And not a word about this to anyone. I'll present what I have to the board once I've completed a full report.
Coś czuję, że spierdzieliłem kwestię tego. Kwestię... jak to się nazywa? Kwestię tej sprawy przez zabicie tych syndykatu, nie?
I've got my eye on you.
I need that rothicide if we want to complete
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd.
Wskaż mi kierunek, zrobię co trzeba.
In due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Vina Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users.
Warto sprzedawać je oddzielnie, trzeba być głupcem, kupić jedno bez drugiego.
Oh yeah, marketing and finance wouldn't have it any other way.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
I think implanting that device into your head is a mistake. But it's your choice, not mine.
W ogóle swój mózg bez modyfikacji.
As long as you work for us, you don't have a choice. I'm sure I don't have to remind you where the door is if you're not capable of handling this task.
You really don't have anything to worry about. The procedure is simple and safe. It's just a matter of getting the right materials. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called rothosite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the rothosite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Carinae station.
Niech zgadnę, to raczej nie problem z komunikacją.
Correct. The updates have been regular up until now. Last we heard, the shipment was ahead of schedule.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Vina can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Ustalę, co się wydarzyło, zabezpieczę dostawę.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but the outside doors are kept locked down. This keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck.
Let's hope for the best.
The entire station was wiped out.
No dobra, to fruniemy na Księżyc. To lecimy. Na Księżyc Carinae 3A. Dzień dobry. Dotarliśmy. Z tej strony lądujemy. Stacja CM RC1. Dobra. Maskotki kiedyś ze sobą noszę i zbieram je, kolekcjonuję. Najważniejsza rzecz.
Landing site is clear. Let's head down.
Bardzo fajny wątek. Taka gra w grze, no nie? Okej. Trochę lipa.
Looks like a mineral analysis laboratory. The original occupants of the place must have been interrupted during their research.
Trzymaj się. Trzymasz się? Mam nadzieję, że się trzymasz. 4 na horyzoncie. Są w środku budynku. Blues. To są drzwi? Nieszczególnie. Tobie co? Wesoło.
This reminds me of the bunks on a UC Navy ship. Everyone crammed into the smallest area possible to maximize space.
Frankenstein. przeciwników żadnych. Uchwyt na broń bardzo trudny, a w środku co? Tylko amunicja. Dobra. Krakersy biorę. Nic więcej. Trochę przerąbane, ale przynajmniej jest wrogów w końcu paru, nie? Do postrzelania. Dobrego. Powiem szczerze, kaszana trochę, ale okej. Do kopalni wobec tego. Chciałem zapisać grę, ale coś tu nie wyszło. O kurde. Kontrabanda. To po ty tam tak pierzesz? Proszę. Nie widzę, do kogo strzelam. Więc muszę zrobić. Dobra. Kolega jedzie z nami, rozumiem? Albo nie. Albo nie. Wesoło. Pragnę zobaczyć swój kursor, dziękuję. Przyniosłem jakąś broń. Śmelc. Wszędzie skafandry. Gdzie on zjął? Gdzie trzeci zjął? Kontrakt, okej. Lucas Drexler. Kendrick Lane. Nice. Dokuj, panie. Szybko idzie.
All right. Let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Już tu byłem kiedyś.
Funny stuff with that boost pack. This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only.
Pewnie muszę tym dostać.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Takie wąskie okienko, nie marnujmy czasu. To też ludzkie życie.
Hard to argue with that.
Jeśli będziesz w stanie, mi pomożesz.
Yeah, I hope so.
Cieszę się, że zaczynasz rozumieć mój punkt widzenia.
I'm trying to be reasonable here. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Dzięki, stary.
I'll head to my crew position.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just...
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area.
Są Infinity RTD, aby uzyskać informacje na temat waszych postępów.
In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
Okay.
This damn contract will be the death of me. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. You need to leave.
Jestem ciężko skontrolować zabezpieczeń. Zaktualizuję twój komputer.
Your timing could be better. A little warning next time. I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
Okej. Idź do pacjenta. Stary, proszę cię, idź do pacjenta. Kolejna porażka. Dylematy moralne. Nowa przygoda w świecie nauk. Obiekt testowy. Kontrola umysłu. No i dobra. Mamy co trzeba. Spadamy stąd. Wróciłem.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Nice to catch you in the office.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako.
Mam nadzieję, że jest wszystko.
Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1?
Infinity wynajmuje najemników z Ekliptyka, by przejąć ładunek.
Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothosite. Were there any survivors?
Nie. Ale Ekliptyk przypłacił to krwią.
Good. I may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
Tak, Infinity ma umowę z kliniką na korzystanie z zastrzeżonego skrzydła. To mi się zdaje dowody na to, że Ekliptik przykrył ładunek do kliniki, a odbiorcą był dr Kendrick Lane. To Infinity ważniejsze.
I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the purpose of this secure wing?
Nielegalny test na ludziach udoskonalić swój wewnętrzny neuroamplifikator.
So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least bit of remorse. Ugh.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rotha site secure, it's almost time for us to make our move.
Dobra, zaczynajmy.
If only. I'm sure you remember your actions during Directive Theta, especially in regards to Administrator Bayu. Thanks to your inability to follow protocol, we now owe him a debt. One that you get to pay.
I knew it. I knew that man would find a way to make us do his bidding. His reach is terrifying.
Nie mam u niego żadnego długu.
You do, so listen up. The administrator wants us to deal with a rival operative. And when I say deal with, it means he wants them dead. This is...
Oj. Zaczęliśmy zajmować się zabijaniem ludzi?
Our business relationship with Bayu must be maintained at all costs. Deal with the operative as you see fit. As long as your report states the target was eliminated, we'll tell Bayu that the task is complete.
Zajmę się tym.
Good. Find the operative and do what you must. We already have a team prepped to handle any fallout. When it's done, report back to Dalton. I have a meeting to prepare for.
Chodzi o tego młodego, nie? Prawda, na bank chodzi o tego młodego. Bingo.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Dzięki, Francis. Ma trochę jak były mistrz wagi ciężkiej UFC akcent, nie? Francis Ngannou był, znaczy jest Nigeryjczykiem, obecnie walczy w zupełnie innej organizacji, a szkoda. Dobra. No ładnie. Cześć, Tomo.
Damn it. Please tell me that seeing you here is just a coincidence.
Wiesz, tylko tu jestem, to nie różni. Chcę twojej śmierci, chcę jej baju.
I knew it. I knew that job was gonna come back to haunt me. But I'm also still alive, which means you're willing to talk, right? Look, you promised you'd listen. Just hear me out.
Właśnie te obietnice jest powodem, dla którego prowadzimy tę rozmowę.
And I am so grateful you remembered because I do very much enjoy living. Working at Ryujin taught me I always needed a backup plan. I have a place. It's not in the settled systems, so it'd be almost impossible to track me. Just let me go there, and no one will ever hear or see me again.
W początku uważaj na siebie, jeśli ktoś się o tym dowie, zabije zarówno ciebie, jak i mnie.
Yeah, I'm more than familiar with the situation. I'll leave as soon as I'm able, which is only a matter of hours. Thanks for listening. I guess now we both know I never got that damn promotion.
Okej, Dalton, Nemesis, Lucky Luka.
Don't wander into any restricted
Czółko.
areas.
Ah, back from doing Administrator Bayou's little favor.
Okej. Sprawa tym załatwiona. Możesz przekazać Bayou już po wszystkim.
Good. I'll send word to Bayou that amends have been made. Now we can get back to more important matters. I re-evaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
I had a feeling Imogen wasn't responsible. That poor woman.
Niewinność Imogen była dla mnie oczywista.
Yes, you made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogen was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
Must that poor woman's name be continuously dragged through the mud? These nonsensical decisions need to stop.
Udawać Imogen była kretą, Ularu nie nabrała podejrzeń. Okej. Gdy Imogen jest niewinna, to niesprawiedliwe.
It's a means to an end. We'll make sure Imogen is properly exonerated and welcomed back with open arms if this plays out our way. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program, so this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity, so before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
Program, który da mi Ularu, jest twój. Nie pozwolę, by robiła też Masako.
Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting.
Ja mam wrażenie, że Dalton jest z Ularu. Ona mówiła o nim tak, że nie znasz Daltona. Mam wrażenie, że to wszystko jest ustawione.
So much work to do.
Nie mógłby się pospieszyć?
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogen Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Imogen zwiodła nas wszystkich, gdyż ochrona jest śmiechu warta.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogen is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
Nie możemy winić za to Daltona.
Watch me.
Imogen's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority the experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Przeprowadzenie nielegalne testy na ludziach w klinice.
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Sako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
Zawsze robię wszystko, co konieczne.
And that's precisely why I know we can count on you. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
Dobra, to lecimy. Neuroamplifikator. Nie pałam szczególną sympatią tego pomysłu, ale okej. Jak trzeba, to trzeba, nie? I znowu będziemy się włamywać.
Are you sure you're okay? You left pretty
I have to admit, I'm a bit jealous of Ryujin's gorgeous design aesthetic.
Ah,
Perhaps
here's my
I should
lucky
have their
candidate.
architects renovate
I hope
the
you're ready to
launch.
embark on one amazing journey.
Cieszę się, że mogę wziąć w tym udział.
Yes, I always love a willing subject. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
Wszystko na pewno pójdzie dobrze.
Of course. We've got, what, 5 PhDs between the two of us?
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go. Don't worry, if all bye.
Dawaj. Przerażające.
The fact that the neuroamp can control and manipulate people against their will is disgusting. The device shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Idealny moment, żeby powiedzieć coś takiego, Sara, dzięki.
Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Czuję się dobrze, wszystko wydaje się być bez zmian.
That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
Zrozumiano.
Great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
W porządku.
That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
Okay.
Can't get anything done around here.
Okay. Bierz klucz. Otwieraj drzwi.
On the one hand, I'm fascinated by the incredible suitable technology. On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands. I've never been so divided about something in my life.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
So what do you research and develop up here anyway? I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
Working on it.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
That's why there's so many other guards on this floor.
Yeah? Management's gotten pretty... So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
Używając go niczego nie czuję.
Yes! Good. Hear that, DeMarcus? That's 2 for 2 now.
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
Zgadzam się.
When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroamp is in total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
I still can't get over how incredible that was.
No to sru. Dzień dobry.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time to put that tech to work. We're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries.
Dopilnujemy pożałował, że kiedykolwiek słyszę o projekcie Dominion.
And wish he shall, every day, while he rots away in prison. All right, Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have 2 options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you.
B.
Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Nie ma sprawy, poradzę sobie.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd., all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp.
Okej, więc opinia publiczna nigdy się nie dowie, że Infinity okradło Ryujin.
Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them.
With tech like that, I can see why you'd want to maintain control of the narrative, though I strongly object to the methods.
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain they'd just create a panic among people. Controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Oh, let's just hope this program is as thorough as you say then, and as safe.
No, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Lower the risk. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
W porządku, wezmę to pod uwagę.
I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test your abilities. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative suit. It should help reduce their ability to detect you. These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks, but we want to reduce as much risk as possible.
Zastanawiam, czy Bestek nie dowiedzą się o mojej obecności.
That's what we're hoping for. If you can pull this off, even I'll be impressed.
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate to David Barron at the SSNN field office. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest, but no mention of Ryujin or who you are. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever verifications they deem necessary on their own to confirm the story.
To będzie korporacyjna historia dekady.
It certainly will, and we'll have front row seats. So, any final questions before you go?
Mogę ruszać.
Good luck, and be sure to report directly back to me when you return.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program, and your cover identity. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access, so that's your ticket in, either way. Don't screw this up, Skylar Lumen.
Dobra, czułko.
Do you have the program?
Tak, rób co musisz.
With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity Ltd network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials.
First Imogene, now Masako. Ularu keeps using people as rungs on the way up the ladder. Any one of us could be next.
I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need to prove Ularu's guilt.
Good. Then let's nail Ularu right to the wall. She deserves everything that's coming her way.
I dobrze, Ularu już ode mnie usłyszała, że nie pozwolę, bo jej to płazem.
I admire your confidence. Let's hope she remembers those words. Without that falsified evidence, Ularu is in for a big surprise. I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast, anticipating Masako to be accused alongside Lucas Drexler. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's get this assignment finished the right way.
Uda się do Nowej Atlantydy. Siedziba główna chyba, nie? A co tam?
Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to make appointments myself. Hello. Did you have an appointment with us today?
Tak, nazywa się Skylar Lumen. Omówiłem spotkanie z działem marketingu.
Ah, yes. From Lumen Interactive. The elevator here will take you to the marketing floor. Once you arrive, you'll want to talk to Ellis Ortiz. He's the receptionist there and will be happy to help you.
Nice.
Welcome to Infinity Ltd's marketing department. Desi notified me that you were on your way. If you just please have a seat.
Okej. Co? Czekam.
I'll go notify Miss Hart that you're here. Feel free to use any of the facilities on the floor while you wait. The break room and bathrooms are just around the corner.
Okej, to pa. Spadamy, no. Prowadzą, gdzie mnie prowadzą. Nice. Wyłącz wiatrak. Okej.
All non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Okej. O kurde. Łatwe powiadasz. Zobaczymy jak bardzo. Stawiałbym taki dynks. O właśnie. Okej. Faj. Dobra. Co teraz? Jakie jest moje zadanie obecne? Dział badań i rozwoju. Jest tak nisko, dobra. Tu kraty wentylacyjnej nie ma, nie? Zrąbałem, zapomniałem Sarę zostawić. O kurde. Sara?
What's happening, darling?
Mogę coś powiedzieć?
Oh, I can tell I'm going to like this.
W trakcie misji. Ojejku, 92 proste słowa. Kocham cię.
How is it that you always know exactly what to say?
Okej. Poczekaj na mnie na statku.
Must we? I don't like being apart.
spoko. No to ekstra. Dobra. Ja bym to zrobił tak. O, nie zajdę tędy? Zajdę. Okej. Okej, dobra. Pójdźmy tędy, tylko tak, żeby tego uniknąć. Typa. Shit. Okej. Gdzieś powoli docieramy. Jestem w kiblu, o piętro za wysoko. Muszę się jakoś wydostać z tej toalety. Tylko jak? O, Jesus. Okej, to było najdziwniejsza rzecz na świecie. To mnie w końcu zauważył, czy nie? To było tak dziwne. Okej. Ciekawe, czy jak to się skończy, w sensie manipulacja. Choć jest chrzestne, jak się skończy. Ma podobne logo. To nadal będzie problematyczne. Tutaj, tak? Zastanawiam się, czy to jest tak istotne, żeby oni nie zauważyli. Bo ilość pracy, którą trzeba włożyć, jest trochę drastyczna. Okej. Dotarłem. To będzie bolało. Oh shit.
What the? Hey, come out! Suspect down.
Dobra. I co mam zrobić? Uruchom program, zdobyć prototyp. Fałszywy alarm, okej. Tu się zapierdzielać? Nie? Mieli tam wjechać, wszystkich rozwalić. Dobra. Bardzo trudny, trzeba na niego czas. Dobra. Nic. Czemu nie? O, proszę. Dobra. Zostało tamto. Czy najgorsze? Najgorsze, najtrudniejsze, najdziwniejsze. Chciałbym zejść tutaj i jakoś minąć. Tylko jak? Ciekawe, czy to jest jakiś tunel serwisowy? Bo chciałbym to zrobić tak, żeby mnie nie zauważyli. Błagam, nie przyjść tutaj, chyba się nawet nie da. Dobra, ciul.
There you are.
Nie będę się męczył. Dużo roboty. Okej. Rzeźnia. No właśnie. Czy nic się tam nie wydarzyło? Masakra.
You can't go in. You just can't. It's important that the people of the United Colonies
Zrobimy tak.
can trust their primary news source. Can I help you?
Myślę, że mam historię, którą bardzo cię zainteresuje.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about?
Przekonaj się osobiście, wszystko jest na tej tabliczce.
All right. I'll take a look. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence.
Nie mogę ujawnić swoich źródeł, reporter potrafi to chyba zrozumieć.
Of course. I just hope your source is as reliable as you think they are. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source?
Anonim.
Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Dłuższy raport, okej. O Jezu, będzie wesoło. Już pod koniec miałem dość tej misji. Naprawdę. Miałem mi serdecznie dość. No jestem.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment.
Nie było to moim zamiarem.
If only intent mattered. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp.
Był bardzo przydatny.
and yet not useful enough to avoid a body count? Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barrett for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with the other members. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. So this gives us the opportunity to win a little more public faith.
Ryujin kupuje Infinity, nikt nie traci pracy.
Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut, slowly but surely. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all while boosting our public perception.
Wygląda na to, że wszyscy skorzystają.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is the right move. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool to help sway them.
Jeśli się nie zgodzą, to pilnuję, by posłuchali.
Good. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Dobra, to zacznijmy.
Don't cause any trouble.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. I assume Masako briefed you on her preferred outcome.
Polecam mi użycie wewnętrznego neuroamplifikatora, aby dopilnować, by zarząd zagłosował za nabyciem Infinity Ltd.
That blasted tech. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
Przekonaliśmy się na własnej skórze, jak niebezpieczna jest ta technologia, nigdy nie powinna trafić na rynek.
You read my mind. Let's just hope Masako and the others see it that way. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
Głosy przeciwko Infinity, zgadzam się z tobą, to zbyt duże ryzyko.
I hate to agree, but you're right. And I'm sure Masako will understand my reasoning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need to have security ready to escort her off the premises.
If only there were more hours in the day. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
Podobno nie jesteś fanką nabycia. Okej. Jestem tu, by dopilnować, że na spotkaniu zapadło okej. Podobno nie jesteś fanką nabycia Infinity Ltd.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Masz rację, to byłoby zbyt wielkie obciążenie dla wszystkich działów.
I mean, I could handle it as well as any other high-profile situation. But the real question is, do I want to? And the answer to that is no.
Jeśli chcesz prawdziwego, prawnego koszmaru, wewnętrzny amplifikator świetnie się do tego nada. Ciekawi mnie twoje zdanie na temat amplifikatora.
Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
Zgadzam się. Nikt nie powinien powstać.
Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person who has one say that. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
Okay.
It's good to see you again. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
To są prawdziwe... Okej, nie jestem tu, aby rozmawiać o moim zdrowiu.
Oh, well, at least tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
Technologia jest niebezpieczna, nikt nie powinien mieć takiej mocy.
I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent years working on and perfecting never sees the light of day. This is groundbreaking work. My life's work.
Wysłuchaj mnie, jesteś naukowcem, prosto spójrz na to z każdej strony.
Fine, fine. Make your case.
Jako osoba, która powyżej wewnętrzny amplifikator, doskonale zdaje sobie sprawę, jakie zagrożenia są z nim związane. O, metody badawcze. Wiem, że twoje badania były bardzo dokładne, musiałeś w nich znaleźć coś przeciw temu.
Oh, there is adequate data to back what you're saying. More than adequate. Well, this conversation's made me feel like a proper monster. But you're right. In a perfect world, tech like this is used for good. But this world is far from perfect.
Nie jesteś potworem, dałaś się ponieść radości z odkrywania czegoś nowego.
It is. It really is. For years, my only focus has been, is this possible? And then, how do I make it work? I never stopped to consider if it was right, or what it would mean. I guess it'll be up to a vote either way. It's not on the meeting agenda, so I assume you'll bring it up yourself? We just have to hope the others will see reason. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
Musi być coś inspirującego, mówię, okej. Masz jakieś zdania na temat nabycia Infinity Ltd?
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research.
Powinien zagłosować przeciwko nabyciu. Ich badania mogą służyć za przykład tego, czego nie należy robić.
Wow, you're no fun. I guess there's no point in examining their failures. Besides, I don't want any of their research to steer me in a bad direction. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
To wesoło.
You operatives really will wear anything. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Chętnie odpowiem na wszystkie pytania.
Good. I prefer first-hand feedback when available. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity Ltd throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
Infinity roi się od niekompetentnych pracowników, przyjęcie ich to obciążenie, którego nie potrzebujemy.
Your statement confirms my suspicions. As much as Genevieve believes the public perception would boost overall sales, there's no way to know the repercussions of their financials. Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the mole situation?
Myślę, że dobrze sobie poradziła. Pojawienie się Kreta nie powinno być w ogóle możliwe. Taka prawda.
Expand on that, if you can.
Silny proces skupia się na prewencji, takie sytuacje nie miały miejsca.
An excellent point. Why react and repair when you can prevent a situation altogether? I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
Technologia jest zbyt niebezpieczna i powinna być zakazana.
It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation that will bolster sales.
Tylko się pozwoli nadążyć z wypłacaniem odszkodowań.
It's possible, but with Alexis and Genevieve driving the restrictions and presentation of such a product, it's also highly unlikely. This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
No szlak. Teraz się martwię.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure I'm on her side?
Pierwsze słyszę z jakiejś strony. Jestem tu z własnej woli.
And I don't have an agenda. Look, I know Masako sent you. She knows I want this deal as much as she does. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light.
Jest darmowy, już nie zapłaci niego finansowymi i prawnymi problemami.
You know, you're right. There's really too much we don't know about their financial and legal records. If any of those ghosts come to haunt, all that good PR would disappear.
Czyli to jest tego rozwiązanie, okej. Musisz wziąć pod uwagę jedną kwestię.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it.
Te badania powinny być zakazane.
The possible backlash on tech like this is not lost on me. However, the internal neuroamp will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. It's not an opportunity you just walk away from.
Nikt nie poradzi sobie z moralnymi reperkusjami.
You're right. The moment you violate your customers' trust, there's a good chance they'll never come back. Even worse, you push them into the hands of your competitors. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
Okay.
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire Infinity Ltd? I think we both know that's not going to work.
To się powinno zostać zamknięte.
See? Even a mere operative like you can see the right thing to do. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors, not take them under our wing. This is exactly why Masako's time as CEO is finished.
Nie użyję na nikim amplifikatora, zbyt niebezpieczne.
That neuroamp is a breakthrough. It gives us the edge in any situation, so get used to it. Besides, most on the board would agree. So why not use it to seal Infinity's fate?
Posłuchaj głosu rozsądku, wiesz, że nabycie Infinity jest właściwą decyzją. Z tym jest zbytnie ryzyko, więc zgadzam się z tobą.
I'm glad you see it that way. Now to get the rest of the board to agree with you. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting.
Skoro o tym mowa, zamierzam poruszyć na zebrany temat amplifikatora.
An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. You'd never get the rest to shut it down.
Wewnętrzny jest niebezpieczny. Technologia zagraża przyszłości Ryujina.
Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. The irony. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverse engineers Vina's work, it'll be chaos. The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engineer didn't do their due diligence. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Dobra. Posiedział w spotkaniu. Już? Dlaczego mnie do lobby ciągnie? Myślicie, że ciągnie mnie do tej? Nie. Okej. Wesoło. Zobaczymy, jak to przejdzie.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Kogo brakuje?
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's botched human trials and murder for hire through SSNN. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial, and he's probably writing his resignation as we speak. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire Infinity Ltd. Arguments?
Zakup przysporzą dodatkowej pracy i problemów, których nikt nie chce.
There's pretty much no technological benefit here. We've always been ahead of Infinity Ltd.
We should be crushing our competition, not rescuing them from their own flaws. This is a weak decision, Masako, and you know it. In fact, I move that Masako be removed from CEO altogether.
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power, it's going to be you.
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole, and she'd been dealt with.
Kłamaliśmy o Imogene tylko po to, bo wciąż raz w Apelu sama. Okej. I Morgan jest niewinna, odegra kluczową rolę w zdemaskowaniu Ularu.
Do you even have any proof to back up this outrageous claim?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against Masako onto Lucas Drexler's computer.
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your office until a proper exit interview can be done.
This isn't right. I should at least have the opportunity to resign.
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? I don't think so. This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely. But this isn't something you just get to walk away from.
Zgodnie z obietnicą, nie uszkodzi to płazem.
Security, escort Miss Chen to her office and see that she stays put.
You'll regret this. All of you.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business. All in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd? None? I'll only take a brief moment to express my disappointment here, especially in those who saw it fit to change their minds. Acquiring Infinity Ltd could have brought significant growth and increased our public perception. I won't argue with the board's decision, but the long-term benefits far outweigh the short-term issues, and benefiting Ryujin is our top priority. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
Wewnętrzny replikator jest zbyt niebezpieczny, by trafić na rynek. utrzymanie produkcji.
The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin Industries' success for the next 10 years, if not more. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
Odbiera ludziom wolną wolę, to niewłaściwe. To po prostu urządzenie do kontroli umysłów powinno zostać zakazane. Gdy opinia publiczna się o tym dowie, już nikt nikomu nie będzie ufał, zwłaszcza Ryujinowi.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Regardless of the pros, the cons are too morally and ethically irresponsible to move forward with.
The moment the public gets wind of the true capabilities of this tech, we're gonna suffer severe backlash.
Very well. All in favor of shelving Project Dominion?
Aye.
All against? Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
So much work to do.
Well, not the decisions I had in mind, but it's quite clear where you stand.
Zarząd się zgadza, te decyzje wyjdą nam dobre.
Thousands of people will soon be unemployed, and our greatest asset is now on the shelf. I fail to see how these decisions are for the best. The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson, and we exposed a traitor among us. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
To moja praca.
Of course. But these particular assignments required a certain secrecy that most do not. I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to investigate our own to the extent that you did. I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you were fairly new at the time.
Za szeroką ocenę ludzi musi zostać na szczycie.
My thought exactly. Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Dziękuję.
It's well deserved. As for the details, I think someone back on the operations floor would prefer to explain those to you.
Ura. Ojejku, to było ciekawe, nie?
You've certainly shaken things up around here. I still can't believe Ularu tried to frame me. An obvious misjudgment on my part. But now that's all in the past. It's time to get back to your typical day-to-day.
Miło cię widzieć z powrotem w biurze.
And I'd say it's good to be back if I hadn't returned to a mountain of paperwork. Now, since you were new, you've been dealing with people, but most of our assignments are generated on the mission board. The board holds any available assignments that our techs have pieced together, and I've approved. Questions?
Wszystko jasne.
Good. The mission board is generally self-explanatory anyway. With your promotion, you've earned yourself an office, so whenever you're ready, you can find your own personal mission board inside. And the best perk of them all, you're free to make your own hours. Oh, and congratulations, of course.
Dzięki, do zobaczenia.
You certainly will. Go check out the board, and if you have any questions, I suppose I can start up an open door policy, just for you.
No i dobra. Mamy to.
I warned people that Tomo was unstable.
Czyżby to było moje biuro? Tak. No proszę. Mnóstwo rzeczy. Mnóstwo. My natomiast mamy teraz super ważne, drobne zadania. Tędy, okej.
Well, well. Back for more, eh? Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
O Kurde bele. To zrozumiałe. Powiem się z tobą zgadzam, ohydne.
It is disgusting. And I'm pleased you recognized that Ryujin almost made a grievous error in judgment. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology.
Chcesz krople do oczu? Wygląda jakby ci coś dokuczało. A, dzięki tej technologii, okej. Cieszę się, że popierasz moją decyzję.
Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do. Oh, it's terribly frightening.
Zgadzam się.
Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
Ja pierdzielę. Kosmos.
What's happening, darling?
Masz coś dla mnie?
Fishing for a handout, eh?
Dziękuję za ozdobę, ruszamy.
Always. Point the way and we'll be off.
Ruszamy, moi drodzy, ruszamy ku zakończeniu gry. W kolejnym odcinku bowiem zrobimy wielki finał. Mam więc nadzieję, że ten pożegnacie kciukiem w górę. No i cóż, widzimy się w kolejnym. Subskrypcja i dzwoneczek, żeby żadnych was nie ominęło ode mnie. W tym odcinku to tyle. Mam nadzieję, że się wam podobało. Pamiętajcie, że moje odcinki powstają dzięki wsparciu patronów z Patronite'a. Link do niego macie na ekranie i poniżej. Moją stronkę, na której są top listy, mojego Instagrama, Facebooka i wszystkie inne fajne miejsca znajdziecie oczywiście w opisie. No i raz jeszcze pamiętajcie o kciuku w górę, bo to nic nie kosztuje, a bardzo, bardzo wspiera kanał. Dzięki za uwagę, moi drodzy, i do miłego usłyszenia.